Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Dozens of schools are closed or delayed tomorrow as snow continues to fall in parts of the region. Now, this is what it looked like outside of our studios during the heavier snowfall a little earlier tonight. Some roads are slick and the higher elevations have seen a couple of inches or more. Chief Meteorologist Paige Noel has more on what to expect overnight as our severe weather alert day continues. Paige?
Well, Steve, we're starting to see most of that snow get out of here, but yes, slick spots are going to be the issue, especially in those higher elevations. Crews have been out, though, all night and clearing those roads. You can see that as we go ahead and take you up onto US 119 Pine Mountain. Got a little iffy, a little slick earlier, but you can see they've cleared those roads, and they're going to continue to do that through tonight. But the roads are wet, temperatures dropping below freezing. You guys know what that means. Definitely could see some slick spots and even that black ice early in the morning. Satellite and radar showing that snow starting to get out of here, still hanging on into those higher elevations. Not all of this is falling here on pinpoint Doppler. I think most of that snow now, just mainly those higher elevations. I know that we are finally seeing that snow move out of here in Hazard. But like I said, temperatures upper 20s, lower 30s. So we are below freezing. So anything that is on those roadways will stick as we head into tomorrow. So definitely take it easy if you are headed out the door. So temperatures really dropping into about the low to mid 20s tonight. Gonna hang on to those flurries as we head into the early morning hours. Of course, you could stay up to date on closings and on weather, WYMT.com. Of course, send us photos as you're waking up on your morning to the beautiful snow, and download that WYMT weather app to stay up with radar and customized weather alerts. And we also have the closings on there as well. What do the next days hold, though, as we head into the rest of the work week? I'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you. It was certainly a cold inauguration day in the Commonwealth. The theme, Team Kentucky. Andy Beshear made history as the first son of a governor to also serve in that role. WYMT's Will Puckett begins our coverage from Frankfort.
It was a cold Tuesday in Frankfort as the capital city prepared for an inauguration.
We got here, we left the house at 7:30, collected the ski suits. We all have ski suits on, level layers. And then we found a place parked by the library and trucked it on over here by 8.
An event held every 4 to 8 odd years in the Commonwealth brings out onlookers from across our state, taking in an event reserved for the state's most revered.
Super excited to be here today. There's just a new energy here in the Commonwealth. I think we have a governor now who really appreciates what teachers do.
Andy Beshear is the state's 63rd governor.
We're all on Team Kentucky. Let's prove to this country and to each other that we can get this right. I can't wait to get started.
Joining his cabinet is Eastern Kentucky legislator Rocky Atkins, who by accepting the position of senior advisor to the governor ends a 33-year career as a state legislator, but his passion for this Commonwealth runs deep.
From the eastern tip of Pike County to the shores of the Mississippi River and on the western edge of Fulton County.
Joining him is Jacqueline Coleman, who assumes 2 positions, both with the goal to improve and promote the state's public education system.
To make a positive difference for Kentucky's children and our families, because we are committed to building a brighter tomorrow for the next generation.
And the man of the hour, flanked by his wife, 2 kids and parents, believes the Bluegrass has a future as bright as the lights that adorn Rupp Arena's floor.
We all want Kentucky to be a place where our children and grandchildren want to and can afford to raise their own children, keeping our families together and growing our Commonwealth for the common good.
From public education to improving the state's workforce, Governor Beshear marks a busy start to his tenure in office.
We will start by including a $2,000 across-the-board raise in the budget we submit to the legislature.
But one he hopes proves that Daniel Boone was right when he said that heaven must be a Kentucky kind of place. In Frankfort, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, those festivities have continued into the night. The Capitol was open to the public for the Grand March and inaugural balls. Nick Oliver continues our coverage.
The party went late into the evening. It's a wrap-up of a day of excitement and pure bliss.
Daniel Cameron, accompanied by Catherine Greenwell.
One by one, elected officials made their entrance through the Grand March Everyone's watching here for different reasons.
I want to see what they have on, see all the dresses and all the, just the way people are, ooh and ah when they come down. It's fun. I enjoy it.
However, everyone waiting on the first family.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 63rd Governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, and First Lady Brittany Beshear.
And in an act to be open to the public, Governor Andy Beshear announcing 2 balls, both open to the public. One a silver-themed room, the other a gold-themed room. But for many Republicans and Democrats, they say it's not just a celebration about who won, but a celebration of democracy.
Oh, it's a wonderful night to have fun and celebrate. That's all. Yeah, we're here to do that because we know everything's going to be good. This is open to everyone, and it's such a wonderful historic event. So everyone should come.
And what people told us over and over is that all of this here today was a nice break from the hustle and bustle of Frankfort. Meanwhile, the first family is preparing to stay their first night in the governor's mansion. At the Capitol, Nick Oliver, WYMT Mountain News.
And on his first day in office, Governor Beshear followed through with a campaign promise to reorganize the State Board of Education. The governor announced the 11 new members of the board. He says the additions are focused on making Kentucky schools better. The executive order by the governor said the old members had, quote, conflicting relationships and a lack of experience. But now the current board members are suing the new governor. They filed a complaint saying the Kentucky state law protects members of the Board of Education and they can only be removed with, quote, cause. But they argue Governor Beshear's cause was not justified, saying in part, no member of the Board of Education has been questioned about any conflicting relationship. You could read that full excerpt and the governor's executive order and all of our inauguration coverage today. It can all be found on WYMT.com. New at 11, a third Kentucky school district is filing a lawsuit against e-cigarette companies. Jefferson County Public Schools follow Bullitt and Fayette County school districts in suing Juul and other e-cigarette manufacturers. The suit asks the companies to compensate the time and resources the school district has used to educate and discipline students using vaping products. In Pulaski County, the Somerset Police Department is asking for help identifying a man. They say he may have information about an incident that police are investigating, and they need to ask him some questions. If you know who he is, just call 911 or contact the Somerset Police Department. A woman and her son found a man with his 3-year-old daughter hiding in their cellar early this morning. Police say Christopher Stutes was hiding from a deputy after allegedly assaulting a woman. When a deputy arrived at the house, Stutes tried to run but was soon caught and arrested. The child was there through it all.
I know after the arrest, he had placed him in his car and he'd ripped the door panel off of his cruiser. That was some charges that came to him later.
The child and domestic violence victim were both taken to a hospital but are expected to be okay. Former Buckhorn Mayor and Perry County Sheriff Pat Wooten has died. Wooten won a close race for sheriff in 2002 and served 1 term. We interviewed him many times through the years. This is one of those times. A post on the Perry County Sheriff's Department Facebook page says Wooten served with integrity and honor and will be sorely missed. Funeral arrangements have not been announced yet. Wooten was 74. Every year, 3 students are picked to receive the Ralph Gabbard Broadcasting Scholarship. This year, one of them is Faith Fairchild. The senior is from Johnson Central High School. She is taking multiple college-level courses to prepare for the future. Fairchild is on the basketball team and is a member of HOSA and the Honor Choir. She says she is thankful to receive the scholarship.
I either want to be a speech therapist and work in either a school system or like a hospital, or I might want to be a journalist, get my journalism degree.
Fairchild plans to attend Morehead State University while majoring in communications. Later this week, you'll hear from the 2 other scholarship winners. Students in McCreary County are taking children to the North Pole this Christmas on the Polar Express. Kids in elementary, middle, and high schools make up the majority of the hundreds of volunteers it takes to put on the Polar Express train ride at the Big South Fork Scenic Railway in Stearns. All the work is worth it to see the joy on everyone's faces.
The look on the kids' faces, the adults too, just the excitement, the exuberance that you see on their little faces when they climb aboard.
Nobody can steal my ticket.
Well, the Polar Express tickets start at $40 and the rides will continue through December 22nd. Kids came to Corbin High School today where their favorite storybooks came to life. More than 150 students helped with the National Honor Society's Storybook Christmas this morning. Elementary kids from several surrounding schools listened to the stories acted out by high schoolers.
After all of the setup and all the worry about doing it, then I see their faces as they come in, and it's all worth it. The big kids' faces too, because they love this. They absolutely love doing it.
The stories were all rehearsed on their own time to fulfill a community literacy requirement. A for sale sign in front of a fire department recently worried some people in the Lilly community of Laurel County. The Lilly Fire and Rescue Department wants everyone to know they are not closing. It turns out they are actually expanding. WYMT's Lacey Roberts spoke with Deputy Chief Steve Walker.
After numerous calls and Facebook messages,
my mom called and she was like, "What's going on with the fire department?"
The Lilly Fire and Rescue Department in Laurel County knew they had to ease the minds of their community.
There's not another fire department for miles and miles around.
We are actually selling this station to have the funds to build a brand new 7,500 square foot station.
That is right. They need more space. Established in 1962, the department has been in this building for 30 years.
They've added on one time here several years ago, but we're out of space now.
The current space only houses 4 of the 6 fire trucks and apparatuses which are used to help them see in poor lighting.
We've had this fire department for years now, so they are outgrowing.
We now have 35 volunteer active firefighters in our department.
Just a mile down the road, the newly purchased 4.5 acres will hold twice as much.
Full kitchen, it will have office space, storage space, and it will have a training room that we can accommodate up to 50 to 60 firefighters to train.
Reassuring the people of Lilly that no matter where they are, they will be there. In Lilly, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
Once the current station is sold, they will move forward with plans to start building in 2020. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, officials report multiple fatalities in a New Jersey shootout today. A police officer is among the dead.
And the snow showers have stopped, but now the cold air arrives. I'll have those details coming up.